YouTube, something's wrong with my Philadelphia 76ers. Despite having an amazing offseason in 2024, there is a ton of drama to start the season. Paul George hyperextends his knee in his second preseason game with Philadelphia. And he missed game 1 and game 2 of the season. He's gonna miss game 3, and he will be reevaluated today at the time of recording this video. Joel Embiid, despite not having any visible injuries that we can see, is going to miss some time here to start the season. Miss game 1 and game 2, will miss game 3, and potentially much longer, as he's on a ramp-up program without any legitimate reported injury, and that is why the NBA league office is investigating the Philadelphia 76ers for Joel Embiid's availability. And you know, to be honest with you guys, I'm trying to remain somewhat optimistic as a Sixers fan. I know it's only 2 games. I know these guys will play together this season at some point, and so I'm trying to stay positive.
Just a process, just a process, just a process, just a process, just a process.
But it's becoming increasingly more difficult, and in this video I want to talk about why I think my Philadelphia 76ers could be in trouble in the Eastern Conference for the 2025 NBA season. I know it's only 2 games, I know I could be panicking and jumping the gun on this video, but there are legitimate concerns that I'm seeing here, and I want to talk about them in this video. Let's get right into it, folks. So as I mentioned, you know, the 76ers are without Paul George and Joel Embiid to start the season. Paul George hyperextending his knee, that's a legit thing. It's kind of a weird accident. Pretty unfortunate, but, you know, it happens. I personally think Paul George will be back within the week, right? So there's, you know, pretty decent news there. I think he's fine. I think they're just kind of, you know, taking all precautions, make sure he doesn't retweak his injury. So keeping him out makes sense, even though they will lose games in his absence. Joel Embiid, though, this is where it gets interesting. You can't have a dull moment with Joel Embiid and the Sixers when it comes to the medical team. Joel Embiid played in the Olympics. He appeared to be healthy. We know he's coming off the meniscus tear, right? He had surgery midway through last season, came back for the playoffs too early, wasn't 100%, right? We know all that stuff. But months later in the Olympics, he appeared to be healthy. It's not exactly like this regular season necessarily was sneaking up on the Sixers. I mean, they had plenty of time to ramp Joel Embiid up with his, you know, conditioning and all that stuff. You know, it appears that the plan from Daryl Morey and the 76ers organization is to have Embiid play as little games as possible throughout this regular season so that he could be healthy for the playoffs. That's what we all want as Sixers fans. I would even go as far as to say I think that's what NBA fans want. You know, nobody wants to see people injured, but I can tell you as a Sixers fan, I was excited about this plan. You know, whatever it takes to get this guy into April 100%, then I'm with it, right? As long as we make the playoffs, I'm cool with it. The problem is, I'm not so sure they're going to win 30 games without Joel Embiid. But either way, Joel Embiid appears not to be injured. It appears the Sixers are making sure he's in the proper conditioning to start the season, right? It's kind of weird, and the league office is legitimately investigating Joel Embiid and the 76ers for potentially keeping a player out that is healthy, which you're not supposed to be doing. I'm pretty sure it's against league rules, and so we could end up losing draft picks or something for it, like we did with tampering for PJ Tucker last time we were investigated, right? We just can't seem to follow the rules here. But yeah, I think Joel Embiid will be back soon. You know, it could be next week, could be the week after that. I really hope there's nothing wrong with his knee, but we just don't even have that information because 76ers organization has been so vague with their language and almost seems like intentionally trying to not say anything determining whether or not he has a legit injury or whether or not they're just ramping him up for conditioning. I don't know what the deal is. I don't think anybody does. All I can say is hopefully he returns soon. But like I said, the plan for the playoffs is something I can get behind and many Sixers fans can get behind, and that is to not play Joel Embiid on any back-to-backs, right? So that includes 15 games of the season. We can already mark off the board there, right? Now let's talk about the investigation. You know, I really hope this doesn't result in any loss of, you know, draft picks or whatever the punishment could be. I really hope the Sixers aren't breaking the rules here. And so we'll have to see what happens with that. You know, I think it's just another thing that just comes along with being a Sixers fan, right? Some weird stuff's going to happen to your organization. Now, the big thing I want to talk about in this video, why I think the Sixers could be in legit trouble, is the start to the season, right? The Sixers are really struggling. And I know what you might say, D-Have, you know, it's the first 2 games, not that big of a deal. They're missing their best 2 players, Embiid and PG, right? When those guys come back, it'll be a totally different team and they'll be just fine. I could agree with that somewhat, but let me just break something down for you guys. The plan is to keep Joel Embiid and rest him and keep him out of a ton of games, right? Just so that he can be healthy for the playoffs. And the assumption with that plan is that you can win enough games to get into the playoffs without him playing most of them, right? Paul George is likely going to rest a ton of back-to-back games. A lot of these veterans are supposed to be resting on these back-to-backs, and hopefully we could just survive and weather the storm without them. At the end of the day, we do have Tyrese Maxey. We do have some other good pieces like Andre Drummond to play center with Embiid down, Kelly Oubre at the wing, Caleb Martin at the wing, Kyle Lowry, a lot of veterans, winning experience, yada, yada, yada. Bro, really? These people right outside my window are having a flag football game. Are you kidding me? Hopefully you guys don't hear that throughout the video. I apologize for my neighbor's flag football game. Someone just scored. It's getting really loud out there. But again, the assumption that that is the plan and that's a good plan is making the assumption that you can win games without Embiid or maybe even PG in the lineup at times. And this team would be better without Embiid than in seasons past, right? We have a lot of depth on this team. I get it. And so you're just basically making the assertion that if we rest Embiid a ton of games, we'll be fine. We'll be able to make the playoffs and all that stuff. We might not have a top seed, but we will get to the playoffs and he'll be healthy. That might not be what's going to happen. They look awful without Embiid and PG, and they don't look like they're going to win any games the way they're playing without those two guys. And so that is my issue. If the plan is to sit Joel Embiid for as many games as possible so he can be healthy for the playoffs, you're assuming that you're going to make the playoffs without him in a lot of these games. And I don't think that plan is going to work, because if you've seen game 1 and game 2, the Sixers look like a lottery team without these two players. And I get that PG is probably going to be supposed to be in this plan where he's going to be playing without Embiid sometimes, and that will drastically change the team. No question, they'll be much better. I think they'll be able to win some more games there, but I got to be honest, man, even with Maxey, you know, the star player that he is leading the show, I just don't think he's ready for that number 1 option. You know, it's clear and obvious. We played the Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors. Both teams effectively took him out of the game at times, you know, for most of the games, right? And he played really bad. I think Tyrese Maxey, I love him. He's my favorite player. He is best playing off of other stars. This team just has no gravity without Embiid or Paul George. The offense gets super stagnant. They're really small as well. They struggle to rebound and defend bigger players. And so, you know, there's just so many things that are going to lead to so many losses. I mean, against Toronto, who I think is a good young and up and coming team, this team was missing Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Kelly Olynyk. My Sixers went out there and played really hard, and I don't think it was a lack of effort. They were just outclassed against Toronto's, you know, a lot of their like deep rotation players. And so the team's just struggling without these two guys. And so I don't know how many games they're going to be able to win without Embiid and even maybe without PG. And so that's just kind of the point of this video. The assumption that the plan that we all like is that they can win these games, but if they can't, they're going to have to throw Embiid out there, right? You can't even make the playoffs or compete for a play-in seed with this team right now on the floor. And so that is why I think the Sixers could be in trouble. They might have to, you know, go back on their plan of keeping Embiid out of a ton of games. The assumption was that this team's going to be better without him. I know it's a different team if PG comes back, but he's a little bit injury prone as well. He's an older player. I don't know that we want to be relying on PG throughout the regular season. He's got to be healthy throughout the playoffs as well. And so maybe we just dial the plan back just a little bit. You know, maybe we play Joel Embiid a little bit more than we were expecting to. Doesn't have to be every game. Doesn't even have to be back-to-backs, but we have to play him enough to win 45, 50 games here. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that right now. So I'm kind of panicking. Yeah, this is the worst way to start the season as a Sixers fan. So yeah, Sixers fans, let me know down in the comment section. I just wanted to get on and rant about this. I didn't script the video at all. I didn't set up anything previously. The Sixers do play today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time against the Indiana Pacers at Indiana. That's a good playoff caliber team. I'm sure we're going to lose that one without PG and Embiid, no question. If they can come out there and win this game, maybe they change my mind, but that's about where I sit right now. I think the Sixers are in trouble. I think they're struggling, and I think they need their two best players to, you know, make the playoffs in this, you know, loaded Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference is much better than it was right now, and so I just don't know what's possible, you know, for this team. I don't know what it's going to look like. It's changing every single day. Maybe I'm overreacting. Again, I'm trying to be positive here.
Just a process. Just a process. Just a process. Just a
But I just don't know how when we look like a bottom lottery team with the plan we're currently employing. You know, I will be going to the Sixers game, good news here, on the 30th. And so hopefully both of those guys are back by the 30th. I would expect Paul George to be back on the 30th against the Detroit Pistons. You know, we're probably going to boo Tobias Harris. I'm not sure if I'll boo. I will definitely take a video of it and post it on Twitter or maybe even my YouTube Shorts category. We'll see. I don't know. If you guys are going to the game, make sure you guys say hi to me if you see me. I would love that. But yeah, I'll be at Wells Fargo on the 30th. And again, hopefully I get to see PG's debut. Hopefully I get to see Embiid healthy. Probably not Embiid. Maybe PG. We'll see. You know, I just had to rant about this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys leave a like. If you did, you know, the videos are, if you're new to the channel, they're usually much more scripted and, you know, thought out and preparation, stuff like that. Like I usually think a lot ahead about this stuff and kind of wrap it up tightly before I post it. But this one was a little bit different. I had to get on and passionately rant about my Sixers. Hopefully guys, if you did enjoy it, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be posting content like this every single day on the channel. You know, it might not be this loosey-goosey and kind of all over the place. I apologize. That's why I have to script the videos, but leave a like, subscribe, you know, comment down below, Sixers fans, fellow Sixers fans, or non-Sixers fans, whoever you are. If you have an opinion about this, please let me know down in the comments. Go Sixers. You know, we need a win today against the Pacers. At the time we recording this, you know, I hope to look back on this video in many months and laugh at myself for being concerned, but I gotta be honest, it is concerning, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Follow my Twitch, follow my Twitter. Links are down in the description. You can become a member on the channel for $5 a month to get exclusive email emotes, including the Sixers emoji that is added with the membership program that you can get. I will follow you on Twitter. I will shout you out at the end of every video, new and returning members, and it'll be a great way to support me. So if you guys do want to support, those are all the things you can do if you enjoyed the content. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic rest of your day today. Go Birds, go Sixers. They're both playing today. I got to really edit this video quickly so I can watch both of those games, and I will catch you in the next one. This is your boy D-Haven. As always, peace.